Hiya, welcome to Matt's Mindful Meals. I'm here doing a review for the first time today on a Cat Hammock Tent. For those of you who subscribe to the channel normally, thanks very much. And those who don't, my channel's normally about cooking in the outdoors and being quite mindful. So when you've watched this, please check out the other ones and subscribe, it'd be great. And give it a big thumbs up. Anyway, I'll leave you to the rest of the video. Trot! Cat Hammock Tent. I put it up a couple of times in the garden yesterday just to have a look at it. But I've actually brought it out today and I'm going to put it up by the River Findhorn behind me. So first thing I'm going to do is show you everything that comes in the packet and then I'll get it pitched up. So out of the bag, which is here, you get the inner, which is the black thing, which is a full hammock really, and then you've got an outer, which is the camo one here. It does come in a few different colours, but they sent me the camo one. You get two ridge poles, which are thin aluminium, quite sturdy. You get a pair of daisy chains, two pegs and some bungees, but you do get a really comprehensive set of instructions which are here. Now they come in at least 4 languages: English, French, Italian and German. I can't quite work out what the other ones are. However, there's loads of photographs, so if you've never put anything up like this before, it's easy. Now with this hammock, I've been told it needs to be quite taut, so I've got it quite flat. I'm now going to put the poles in. Okay, so it's gone up relatively easily. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use these 2 tethers, because if you can see sometimes, because of the pole in it, it can topple when there's nothing in it. Once you're in it, it's going to be fine, but it's like a little bit top heavy now with the poles. You could actually lie on top of it with the poles in that position, just to sunbathe in it if you wanted to. But anyway, it's time to get these things put on. So get one of the tent pegs, and I'll just peg this out gently for now. I'll do the opposite side. So you see, that now keeps it flat. So this time of the year, when it's not going to rain, you can easily sleep in that. It's going to keep any bugs off you that are around. It looks quite spacious inside, but it will drop quite a lot once you get in there. Now I'm well over 100 kilos, and it's rated to be able to take 200. So here goes. Now the zips on it are quite strong, but there's only one front entrance, so you have to know which way it's around before you set it up. Now obviously, because I'm setting up and talking to the camera, I had it this way, but if I was here camping for real, I'd probably have it facing the river. Anyway, here goes, time to get in. So as you can see, it's definitely taking my weight. The only downside I would say so far is there's no toggles to hold this mesh up. And that's fully zipped open. So it will, I've got it back. So I'll probably bring in the future some safety pins or something to pin it back, or even stitch some Velcro on it at a later date. Anyway, I'm going to lie down inside and see how it feels. Now I'm a side sleeper, so when I'm in my hammock I tend to sleep on the side. And there's plenty, this hammock is plenty big enough for me. Inside, you've got a hook at this end. I'll show you this closer up later on. And I hook that end so you can put a little line across the top so you can hang lights and things off it. So that's quite good. And there's a pocket here, and there's also an opposite pocket as well for shoving mobile phones, battery chargers and snacks and stuff inside there. Anyway, so now let's get the outer on. The same again, you've got the Nature Cat logo on, the Night Cat logo on the front. So that helps you to know that that's going to go to this side. Now you've got an elastic clip on this end that you can put further up the daisy chain so that this becomes taut. So I'll pop it in for now, but you can adjust it when it's all finished. And then you can clip it closed if you want to, if the weather's really bad, but I'll just show you how tight it can go to on the first setup. Now the back side is secured with clips. Anyway, I'm going to go that end. So there you go, fully set up now, so you're not going to get wet. For a single man hammock that comes with a waterproof coating, yeah, I think it's quite good. This time, again, the zips are really good, and this material's ripstop, and it's really got a good waterproofness rating. But this one you can actually toggle it up. The only snag is there's no toggle in the centre, so the centre might drop down. You've got to toggle at both ends, so you're going to have to really fold it tight. And as I say, it's held open now, but I probably will make a little fix to put it onto, so it's got another one in the centre for me. Anyway, that's how it's set up as a hammock. I'll give you a closer look now. So there you go, a closer look. I'll just show you some important bits. So at the end, you've got the carabiner from the main part of the hammock, which is connected to the daisy chain. And then you've got the small carabiner, which is connected to a tension strip and also elasticated to try and keep the top taut. Underneath, you've got some little green clips which close out the outer. So your mini tarp is secured out at both ends. As I said to you earlier on, inside the hammock, you've got little hooks. There's one, and there's one at the other end. You'll be able to dangle a line off, or actually just dangle your light off the end of this. And then in each of the corners, with the warning notification not to set a fire anywhere near it, you've got a pocket, and exactly the same on the opposite side. So you've got nice good zips, but they've also got Velcro with a big, really generous flap to make sure if it does rain, the water's not going to sleep through a tiny little flap and then get into the zip. So I think you'd be okay sleeping in this in the wet. I've got a camo tarp on this. However, I think the Nightcat logo should be a little bit more subdued if you want to be a little bit more obscure or unseen by people walking by. So yeah, I think maybe they should think about changing the colour of the logo, especially on the camouflage one or the dark green ones. Anyway, it's time to take this down and then set it up as the tent. And I'll speak to you soon. So as you can see, I didn't take too much time in folding it up really neatly. Just fold it into rough kind of size for the bag. But one of the good things about this is the bag's plenty big enough so that you don't have to be an origami expert to fit it all back in the bag. Everything's back in there, and I could have probably, well, there's still some spare room because I can press it right down. So yeah, good little bit, at least 20% bigger than it needs to be. Right, so time to set it up as a tent. Same as before, put the inner up first and then attach the outer. I think for me, this is the way I'll probably use this, because I like having a big total tarp when it comes to being in my hammock. But we'll see. So outer, obviously I won't need the daisy chains for this, I'll just need the 2 pegs. Poles, and then the outer. This doesn't take long at all. So find out which way the door is, because you want to make sure the door's facing the right direction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to peg the first one in now, through the carabiner. Didn't think about that, did I? Move this bit. Whoa. Better. So, poles again. Now it's self-supporting. So I'll do it from this side. Through the little eye holes. Bring this back out. You're not pegging out into the correct place just yet. It's just to hold it in place. So you see, it's self-supporting. Now, the further apart you pull these, the higher these go. Because right now, it's very low. It's literally like a bivvy. But what I have found, as I say, if you pull it really taut, I'll try and show you. They do come a little higher. Same from the other end. You pull it taut. And then peg her out. You do get a little bit more height. Happy? Now for the top. Now remember, the nightcap bit goes to this end. clip it on to the carabiner. Same at the other end. Now on the inside of the tent, as I say, you've got the internal clips, but then you've got another C-clip to clip it onto the pole so it stays nice and away from the mesh you've got inside. So again, you can clip the green clips together so it stays taut. What I've done on this, I've added a few little tiny hoops so I can pull it even more taut to the ground for if I'm going to use it. So I'll show you inside. And those little clips are here too, so you need to just clip them onto the pole. So in this configuration, you've definitely got enough room for a single man air mat. But where I think this is better than the hammock is you can get your bag, quite a large rucksack, in by your feet end. Whereas in a hammock, that would roll towards you. So I definitely think this is the way I'm going to use this tent. But I would definitely say, in my opinion, I'd say it's more like a double hooped bivvy. So now for the honesty bit. I think as a hammock with the waterproof cover, it's okay if you're traveling really light. But if you're traveling with a larger rucksack, like a multi-day thing, and it rains, in this format, you can have the bag inside with you, which is going to be far better because you're going to keep all of your stuff dry. But I think if you know the weather's not going to be too bad and you're traveling really light, the hammock's going to work fine. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Anyway, all the information is going to be in the description. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up and check out my other videos, because that's all about cooking really. This is the first review I've done. Anyway, take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!